Hi, my name is Andrea and I'm a caregiver for my mom. My mother is currently suffering from dementia, otherwise known as memory loss, along with other illnesses. I use my channel to share tips, share strategies, information, share my experiences with you as I go through and learn about caregiving. No 2 days are the same. Hence, I find it very important that we have a community around caregiving. My channel is geared towards persons taking care of their loved ones and also persons who are caring for others professionally as a job. And I invite other persons who wish to come on and share with me their experiences with caregiving. Thanks again for watching, for subscribing, for liking, and for leaving your comments. I really appreciate you. Thank you. Hello everyone. Thanks again for taking the time out to watch another episode in my caregiving series. Before I begin, I'd love to share Psalms 121 verses 2 and 3 with you, which says, "My help comes from the Lord, who made heaven and earth. He will not allow your foot to slip. He who watches over you will not slumber." So my God is not sleeping. He's always watching over us. So this week was a good week, but it had little lows and just like life throws at you. So this week in particular, I was reminded that we need to share. We don't have to share everything, but we need to share. And when we share our situations, it sometimes makes it a little easier to deal with things when situations happen. So this week we went to church and we went to drop our offering at the front of the church. So when I was walking back, I realized that Mom was no longer behind me. So when I got back to my seat, I was like looking to see where Mom was. When I looked at the front of the church, Mom was there hugging up this lady, and she was like so excited and everything. I was like, oh my God, who is this that Mommy has found now? So when she got back to her seat, she said, "I just saw somebody who I used to work with." So I'm like, huh? Mommy has worked in probably over like almost 20 years now, and she's having memory loss. Who would she have seen that she has known for so long? Anyway, as I tell you, Mom is in her stage where she's remembering things way in the past, not necessarily now. So yes, she did remember this person, and yes, at the end of church we saw the person, and she came over and she hugged Mom, and she was there. She was so excited, and Mom was excited with her, and I was so happy with her. So afterwards I had to send her a picture, and I sent the lady the picture, and she was saying, "Oh my goodness, your mom remembers everybody." So at that point I had to point out to her, yes, she probably does remember things from the past, but she won't remember things right now. That's something that just happened to her like within a couple minutes ago. So in sharing, and I go back to say this, so here's what happens. So after all of that had happened, a situation happened with Mom, something we couldn't find. And it's something as stupid as a pain rub. We couldn't find a pain rub, and we had been looking all over for the pain rub, and I mean I could have put my neck on the block that it was not with Mom. However, I found it with her, and I was so torn apart because she's using this pain rub. The pain rub has a smell to it, so there's no mistaking. And we're here searching for the pain rub and can't find it. And when we ask her for it, she actually points to something else to tell me, no, that's what she just used. No, She did not, whatever I'm describing to her is, she never used it. And of course, Andrea flipped. But I didn't flip on her, I flipped on the situation. I was like so taken aback. I was like so out of, I just couldn't imagine this happening. And then right there, my friend called me and started talking to me, and I started sharing with her the situation. And she said, "Stop. You need to stop. This is not your mom. This is the disease. This is not, this is totally outside of her character." And so I had to go back and re-examine myself. And then I tell you, it's good to share, and it's good to share that everybody in your circle probably is on one page, that they understand the situation as well, because I had visitors at the time, and thankfully they understand that mom is having a challenge, so they didn't view her as negative, because seriously, this is totally outside her character. And then a friend of mine called me this morning to remind me that we need to adjust our expectations to her situation. Thankfully, I have been somebody who is open and have been sharing, and I have not been covering up my situation under the rug, that I want nobody to understand what's happening or to know what's happening. Yes, it is real, and we're going to be tossed situations like this where the enemy is going to try to put a wedge between us and our loved ones, because even when they come and they blame you for something, or just cast a blame, "Oh, I know I put this here, I left this here," and then when you go back and you find the stuff a couple minutes time and you realize, and they say, "Oh, I thought I left it here." So the enemy is at work. So I wanted to share with you, it's important to share with family, with friends, what's happening when we have our loved ones who are not doing well. And my mommy's situation is probably a little different from others. Others might be having situations where you are ill to the point that you need help, and it is important that when you have family members, you are able to share so you can get support. Thanks again for watching. Thanks for liking. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for subscribing. And thanks for always being there watching out for me. And I ask you this week, if you could share it with a couple persons and ask them to also like it and share it and subscribe as well to my videos. Thank you. Have a beautiful, beautiful weekend. I love you. Goodbye.